Right. Where my not this. That, that. Alright, let me where is it? Here. I like wait, which what? Um okay. Get this. Yeah. Mm, give me 1 second here. Mm, yeah. Glad I delayed too. I need to move this so that it's not yeah, like that. I did not move it last time and then it was the chat potentially covered it. So I mean that is of course assuming that the chat will actually. Oh, is that what that is? Okay. I don't remember last time we finished. Was it episode 3? Continue. Which should put us in episode 4 now, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's what I want. So episode 4. Ancient Shadows. This is the last one. Okay. Previously on The Last Door. After escaping from his burial, David finds himself in a cellar of London's darkest slum. The old nickel rookery. In his pocket, he has a ticket for a show called The Four Witnesses. David walks through the misty streets following a strange man who seems to guide him. He learns the legend of the Simurgh, the king of birds. Following its trail through a dreamlike land of fog, David finally meets Alexandre, a member of the secret group David and his friends had at school. Alexandre welcomes David and speaks of an entity called the Bird that has been calling them ever since the experiment they conducted back then. There is no turning back. Except that I have to go get water, or go get a drink. So give me 1 minute here. I'll be right back. Give me just a sec. I had to fill some of my water, water filter. I had to put water in it so that it could go down, so I had water to use. So that was draining. Let me go get that now really fast. All right. Good to go. Let's continue. So there is no turning back. So I guess we're just here and we have to figure out. So are we tied up? Interesting. I don't know. I have made my mind. Oh, by the way, I apologize if you hear, I don't know if you will or not, I don't know if it'll pick it up, but if it does, I apologize if you hear fireworks going on. Monday is the 4th of July, so that is Independence Day here in America. And so starting a few days before and going a few days afterward, fireworks are legal in my area. So people are setting fireworks off right now. So just in case that you hear that, that's what that is. Okay, so I've made my mind. Okay. I'm ready. Go on. Do it. Why are we in robes now? What is happening? Do it! Okay, and a bunch of cultists. Do it! The great music. I love this opening music. I like the music all throughout it, but I especially like this opening music, so that's awesome. Carlos Viola. It's great. I should look up to see if Carlos has done or Mr. Viola has done other music, right? It's great. Can you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long distant eras? Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower. From the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky. And even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if it were the curtain of a theater, the veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place, David, a place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door, as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it, and we will walk together beyond the mist. Okay. I suppose you're wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it. Your letter was truly mysterious. I've been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of Saint Gall? Why, yes. The tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? He was there. I'm afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God! Are you telling me a patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please, excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give this impression. Herr de Witt was attacked, but survived. What happened to him then? I forgot to read it in the Germanic voice. Sorry, we'll switch to that now. It seems the criminal was caught by Herr de Witt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to de Witt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr de Witt was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. What was de Witt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to have to redo much. Hang on. We'll just do this and go here. Restart. Yep. I'm just going to fix the... We've already done this, so I'm just fixing this for a later video I'll do. So I can get the accents and the voices right, so just give me a second here. No turning back. Okay, there. Made up my mind. There. Yep, I'm ready. There. Okay, go on, do it. Do it. I don't know if there's a way to skip this. There's that. Is basically. Yeah, just have to. So we won't be restarting again because I didn't realize you couldn't skip this. I'd forgotten, I guess, that you couldn't skip this. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try this again. Can you see all the stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long-distant eras. Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower. From the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky, and even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if it were the curtain of a theatre, the veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place, David, a place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but its influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it, and we will walk together beyond the mist. I suppose you are wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it. Your letter was truly mysterious. I have been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes. The tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumour in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? He was there. I'm afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God! Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give you this impression. Herr de Witt was attacked, but survived. What happened to him then? Hey, Fofax, welcome. It seems the criminal was caught by Herr de Witt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to de Witt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr de Witt was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. What was de Witt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth then spent a part of their youth there together. She got out of the shower. It's so freaking hot. Yeah, it's not pleasant. Sorry about that. Sorry you have to go through that. We can assure that Herr de Witt was investigating something. We can assume. I think I said assure. We can assume that Herr de Witt was investigating something. He believes he had found a clue related to his friend's death. What was the cause of this awful need? What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I suspect you did not find Mr. de Witt in the hospital. Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found beside Herr de Witt, within the coffin. An empty hypodermic needle, with traces of an unknown substance. Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexandra's house must be just ahead. Okay. Don't see anything to analyze in the area I am right now. Don't think we can go any farther this way, right? Yeah. And we go this way? Wait, what is... Is it a door? It's like a barred door or something, but we can't do anything with it, so I guess it doesn't matter. Look at that. The ancient castle of Pevensey rests in the distance. It was a garrison first built by the Romans, but was abandoned and has been a ruin ever since. This is the same thing? Yeah, okay. I think that's it for now. Okay. This. Okay, what is that? Oh, probably going to the next screen, yeah. Okay. So this goes back out. Okay. I don't know why we would go back up, but we might at some point. It's hard to say. When we were at the school, when we were visiting in episode 2, there was that opening gate over here, like similarly on the right side over here of the screen, right? So just down there. Right down there where my finger's pointing, but down below me on the stream. Anyway, there was a gate there also, and we could not go further outside of it. So going back through here seems like we don't want to either, but maybe there'll be something for us later. Can examine that, but not do anything yet, I guess. There's a large iron bar latching the door. Oh, wait, hang on. Let's not do that yet. A beautifully crafted steel greenhouse. It is old, but still in good condition. Okay, let's see if there's anything over here first before we go unlatching doors and things. Okay, so we can go... Looks like we go through there. Or there. What's this? The house lights are on. Someone must be home. It's the same? All these? Okay. I think... Okay, let's go then to the right here first, and then we'll... It is quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. Well, since I don't have anything to see, I think that's going to be probably mostly at least pointless. Because how am I going to even like hover over something to examine it if I have no light, right? Work Today Plus was out and about in the air conditioning put working in the car last year. Sorry. Yeah, that's rough. Definitely been there before, so it's latched. I can't open it from this side. Okay. So let's try here knocking, I guess. No one's answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. A strange woman stares down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Go upstairs, go into probably the living room, I would guess. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. A well-crafted grandfather clock, but it seems to be out of order. One of the hands is missing. So presumably, kind of like what we did in Simulacrum, we'll find a hand to the clock and attach to the clock. Oh, this one I assume won't summon like an angel of death or something. So yeah, that might be good. I mean, living in a basically a desert steppe like we do, like effectively a savanna in North America. Yeah, it's yeah, you really need air conditioning for that type of thing. Or further south, like if you're in Arizona, New Mexico or something, it's actual desert. Or even farther, like if you're in Mexico itself. Not all of Mexico, of course, but like the top half-ish or something like that. It could be Pevensey Castle. But in this painting, the garrison is not in ruins. A couple of old teacups sit on the table. One of them is full and still warm. He can tell it's warm from way over here. Actually, maybe he could if there's steam coming off it. That's the same thing. We go outside again? Interesting. Why would we do that? Let's see. not outside. It's a side chamber. Okay. Just some old bottles. An oil lamp. Yeah, because now we can see what was in that. I don't know if that means we want to go back now or not. Maybe. A pantry with spices and ingredients. It's a diary. This is the last thing written. The last pages that have been ripped off. Or these are not the last pages that were ripped off. The last pages were ripped off, and this is all we have in the diary that we can read right now. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yep, anything Arizona, like anything the bottom half of California, Nevada, most of Nevada, except for not the mountains, of course. Arizona, not the mountains. New Mexico, not the hills that are close to mountains. A large chunk of Texas. Yeah, Oklahoma, all that whole area is just really, really bad, really hot. Yep. Okay. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while, since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupre has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which it seems he shall not return any time soon. Since the accident, I patiently take... Actually, you know what? We're looking for somebody named Alexandre. I mean, it's D-R-E, not D-E-R. And now we have Mr. Dupre, so I think this is French. So I'm actually going to go to a French accent for this. I mean, French-ish, you know, my fake French. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Monsieur Dupre has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which it seems he shall not return any time soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure that all of the sculptures in the house are turned towards the wall. What else can I do? October 13, 1887. The clockmaker just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Monsieur Dupre is not going to be able to notice a change in the clocks that he had so insistently requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. It looks like the diary of a member of Alexandre's household. What happened to them? So, interesting. So, to kind of summarize what I'm remembering, just to get the whole picture of the story so far, to kind of summarize what's happened in the story overall so far, if I'm forgetting something, let me know, because I'm trying to get this all straight in my head. So, our character had a friend that we knew in boarding school when we were kids. The problems started happening at the boarding school. So, several of the professors who were, because it was a Catholic boarding school or whatever, church-owned boarding school of whatever church. Anyway, so the teachers were priests and or nuns, and several of the priests kind of disappeared and or went crazy. So the whole place ended up getting shut down, became a boarding school. Became just like a hospice center. Since that time, we had gone away, left on our own into adulthood. One of the friends we had from our time in that school had sent us a letter saying to go talk, go. It was either, I think it was a letter from his sister actually saying, I haven't heard from him. I fear something's wrong. Can you go check on him? So we went to check on him. Anyway, whatever it was exactly. Anyway, we get there. He's killed himself. So that leads us looking for answers to the boarding school, or what was the boarding school. Now is a hospice. We poke around there enough, and we start to realize that the priest that had gone insane from when we were there when it was a boarding school is in fact fully insane and has embraced some kind of a dark cultish something or other. And we were snooping around too much. Somebody injected us with basically a poison, not a deadly poison, but a poison that basically knocked us out and made it look like we were dead, and then buried us, put us in a coffin and sent us to be buried alive in London. Nuns found us, and we were able to get out of the coffin, and we wandered around London for a while. We learned more about this cult of the bird, which was tied to what the priests were doing and everything. And we started learning how deeply, or how spread out the influence of this cult seems to be. That there are a lot of different people, different walks of life, but they're still in secret. But a lot of different people, like probably in the elite classes and so on of society, at least some of them, are still to this day being like late 1800s in England, are still to this day doing cultish things. So now our ticket, when we woke up, we found that we had a ticket with us. The ticket, I don't know why we had a ticket, but we had a ticket anyway. The ticket brought us here, and so we're at this house. Nobody's answered. There are lights on though, and it seems like something may have happened to not just the household, meaning not just the family that lives here, but the entire household. So all the servants and everything do. Something has happened here, and presumably this is tied to the cult. So this is episode 4. This is the last episode. So episodes 1, 2, 3. We finished 3 last week. So we're doing episode 4 today, and I would guess we don't finish this today, so probably next Saturday as well, but we'll see. I'm just like I did with Simulacrum, for example. I'm going to be breaking this up into smaller pieces and uploading it. So if you've missed stuff, don't fret. You'll be able to not have to watch a full stream to catch up. You'll have smaller pieces you can catch up with over time. Anyway, okay. So that obviously is tied with everything else that's going on. That obviously does not bode well. Does this go outside? Yeah, here's a window. So this must go out to the backyard or something? Yeah, there's a cellar as well. Okay, we could go out the side gate there. Let's see if there's anything else back here, though. An ancient stone well. A rope hangs inside, disappearing into the darkness below. Oh, yeah, let's not go down into the well, at least not right now. I've not done nearly enough exploring. Whoa, what? Memory? It looks like someone was buried here. Am I going to dig it up? I don't have a shovel, though. If I do this, it's probably going to say I need a shovel or something, right? Presumably. I can't dig with my bare hands. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. All of this is that. Okay. So we dig this up. We could go down the well later for both of those, clearly. Whoops, stop. Hang on. What was... Okay. The bare branches of the tree stretching to the sky break the night in 1,000 pieces. Yeah, he was buried alive, but he was also like drugged and knocked out. So I think pretty much, even though he was buried alive, he might not, I don't know for sure, but I don't think, he might not have suffered quite as much psychological trauma as he otherwise might have, because he was unconscious while he was in the coffin. And then he was found, and then, anyway. I think he does wake up in the coffin, but I think it's like right after that, pretty much, that the nuns find him. So I don't think he spent a significant amount of time buried alive. Still not great. It does depend also. If you're claustrophobic, it's much more traumatic. I'm not claustrophobic, so it would be just the normal level of discomfort or uncomfortableness and creepiness and stuff. But obviously, if you are claustrophobic, it would be much worse. Okay, so open that. Now we can come out here. Now we have the lantern. Yeah, let's go over here. Let's see. Well, maybe. Trying to think if we want to... We heard footsteps up above. Well, I mean, any of these could end up with a monster and kill us, right? So, I mean, it's not like I know. So I guess this is fine. This pane looks as if it had been broken from the inside. A statue of an angel with its wings spread. Its head is missing. That is. A jar of vitriol oil. I must be careful. It's a powerful acid. Take that for now. Statue of an angel covered in mold. It's glancing at me with a sad gesture. This is the one with the head missing, right? Yeah. That's the mold again. Moldy angel. Okay, so for now, I think that's it. I'm not seeing other things to examine. If this were Doctor Who, I wouldn't... If the second I realized there were angels, I would back away facing them the whole way, right? But obviously I don't... I don't know about that. I don't think there's anything else back here right now to do, so let's just go in this front way again. There was not anything else here, right? There's that, and that's it. And then the table with a tea. Oh, and what is this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, picture, painting of Pevensey Castle. Yeah. Okay, so let's go upstairs, I think. The silhouette of a man. It bears a strong resemblance to Alexandre. The silhouette of a woman. Figurine of an angel facing the wall. A fine painting of the local Roman structures. They somehow seem more ancient in this depiction. All right, let's go here first. We'll just hit rooms on the way as we go along, I think. Alexandre! There is a scribbled annotation in this piece of paper. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives, craving to tear through. It is Ja'ilatal, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mist, inhabit the shadows of those who left. Yeah, so here it says the veil is something in our innermost being that we sense, but at the very beginning of the episode, whoever it was that was talking with us, the cultist guy, whatever, said that it was like a physical location or something. in the ancient mist. Although he mentions the mist too, so not sure. Thanks. The table holds nothing but a box with the description laudanum, to be taken in case of anxiety. It is empty. Laudanum? What is this, amnesia? This cuckoo clock is covered with dust. It seems to be missing an important piece. The bird. The face of the clock has been turned. Right, because midnight would be up here, but it's been rotated for whatever reason. Okay, so for now, I don't think there's anything we could do with it. Just exit out. We'll come back to it, I'm sure. A misty dock overlooks a grey ocean. Gulls wheel overhead. Alexandra, it's me, David. I'm sorry if I startled you. Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Is everything all right? Are you hurt, maybe? Can you stand? He's staring blankly at some distant point, as if he has not heard my question at all. What is going on? You told me I should come over here, and I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what is happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I'd heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in the house? For a moment, I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me. But he is unresponsive. Alexandra, please, say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand. Just what happened to him? He looks miles away. Okay. So I guess we're done with him for now, at least. Maybe something else will break him free? It's hard to say. In London, there was that violinist that effectively he wasn't like totally catatonic or something, but he really didn't acknowledge much going on around him. He was so focused on his music. So it's possible if we do the right thing, maybe Alexander will be responsive. It's possible he won't too, right? But that might be a goal. I'll try to keep that in mind. A huge chest made of oak wood. There's a large iron hook inside. I'll take this hook. There was a fragment of a diary under the hook. August 5th, 1887. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures, I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it is not possible, but I can hear the crunches, the flapping wings, stone grinding on stone. The frozen paroxysms. With what diabolical art were those gestures conceived? An eternal movement, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back the life they never had. I might place them outdoors in the greenhouse and let the mold devour them, and wasps make nests of their hollow hearts. So he was freaking out about the angels earlier. This is a diary entry about it. But it looks like it's not just like this sculpture here in the other room that was turned around, but it sounds like he took those big statues that we saw outside, like the moldy angel, the angel missing its head. It sounds like that's where he ended up putting those. A portrait of an old man, maybe a ship captain. It looks like he's trying to guard this chest with his stern glare. That's the chest? Well, that's the diary again. Okay, that's fine. Go in there. We go there. Okay. Just go in the order of the rooms, I guess. Camera tripod. So this is some kind of, yeah, some kind of darkroom or photo studio or whatever. Pictures hanging from a cord. They look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. A basin with a copper drain. It looks like some kind of red-tinted glass cover used to mask the lamp. It's completely shattered on the floor. A lamp is hanging from the ceiling. Its bulb casts an intense white light. Okay, so we're now using the lantern. I've removed the light bulb from the lamp. The image of a couple wearing rat masks. Sorry, that was terrible. The image of a couple wearing rat masks at a festival. Rat masks, huh? I wonder what that's about. Because the cult that we've been having revealed to us over time is a bird cult, right? That whole thing in London was about this bird demon deity, whatever, that they worship. Another diary, I think. It is a big book of home chemistry recipes. Oh, not a diary then, okay. A few pages have been bookmarked, and some articles are underlined. 3149. Collodion for photography. Collodion is the vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and the sensitive coating produced. Many formulae are published for this article, to which great value is attached, some supposing that to its peculiar composition belong the principal causes of failure or success. This is only in a degree true. Okay. 3151. To develop a positive image. This is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution, and only then adding 5 or 6 drops of the cyanide acid. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in water to remove any excess of the chemicals. 3150. The causes of failure. They would almost require a chapter by themselves. A long experience convinces us that 9 out of every 10 failures occur from a want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence. One cannot be over nice, careful, or cleanly. The best results always rewarding the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formulae, quickly flow clean water over the plaque and start again. An instrument whose workings are beyond my knowledge. You gonna start developing your own film? Cool. Yeah, photography would be a useful skill. It's even possible you use that in conjunction with some kind of a job. Maybe you do like some local nature photography or something. Or whatever. I mean, you could potentially, I'm not saying you want to do that, but you potentially, I would imagine, find people who need pictures of some type or another, and you could potentially take the photos for them. A bust with his face turned around. A large envelope of black felt, covered in dust and ashes. It is labeled with a warning. Do not open it under white light. Ah, so we want to put that in the dark room. Got it. It's a letter. Dear Alexandre, I have excellent news. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulary. There's no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would never have visited. Leafing through the grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I've been struck by a sudden epiphany, a radical but elegant method that I have decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definite results, I will write to you immediately. I believe fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Videte ne quis siat. Junet, 1887. So that's just going out. That's the angel again, right? Yeah. Or the bust, maybe not of an angel, but it's turned around. Picture of an angel with a gentle face. There's angel, angel, angel. This is a theme, right? So probably. Oh yeah, we already read that. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Okay. This seems an invoice. May this document serve as a record of the payment made corresponding to the following work. The cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. Okay. In addition, a special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. Okay. The shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Movements of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. Okay. We need to open that in the dark room. This we'll be using in the process of film development, possibly photos in the envelope that we're going to be developing. Hard to say. Hook, light bulb. We removed that because this was white light, I guess. I thought maybe we were going to use it somewhere else and plug it in. Well, we may still, but... I don't know if there's anything else out here right now. So these were to create a red light before. They're no longer being used. I can't apply them to my lamp or the bulb I took out, which makes sense. You can't apply it to the bulb, makes sense. The lamp also, I guess. I was kind of hoping maybe he'd figure something out. Like maybe I could put red on these and then there'd be a red light and then I can open this, but maybe not. I really wonder what... Okay. It is, of course, possible that we want to actually go down in that well now. I was thinking that would be something we would want to do later, but maybe we need to do it now. Let's go here. Here. There. Probably not dig with the hook, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. The rope is broken. I'll keep this end. Oh, So we did that to gain a rope. And now we have a grappling hook with rope, of course. Wonder where I'm going to use... Within the mud and dirt inside the bucket, there was a small bird of brass. Oh, nice. Strangely enough, there doesn't seem to be any water in the well. Okay, so we have the bird. A little brass bird. When shaken, it makes a noise as if there was something inside. I don't know of anything here that's going to smash that open, though. But I don't know that that's what we want to do, right? That clock, probably faster this way, in the first room here was missing the bird. No, this was missing the hands. It's the upstairs one was missing the bird. That's what it was. This room. Oh, I just need to do this probably. There we go. Bird fits perfectly. Face of the clock has been turned. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's... We don't have the hook anymore, so we can't rotate that with a hook. I wonder if we're going to, and if so, how we're going to rotate that. Probably just still staring off, right? Yeah, okay. Down the stairwell. I know, it turned out we didn't even go down it though, huh? We just pulled something out of it. Which is also fine, of course, but I was kind of expecting I was going to go down. We're not going to put the vitriol in the laudanum bottle, huh? Okay, let's see. I do not know for sure, but I don't think that we have enough to do this envelope, which I think has photos in it. Don't know for sure. In the dark room. I think we need glue or something, probably, so that we can make our lamp like light. So oil lamp looks new but gives a dim and dingy light. But yeah, but that could be a white light. We don't want that, right? So there wasn't anything out here to use to dig, potentially. Out here or in the greenhouse or whatever this is. Could also be something out here, I suppose. Old ruins lay by the path. They seem to be Roman in style. Blood? Is that what that is? Blood? The corpse of a deer. Its abdomen torn open. It looks recently dead. Okay. Suddenly I'm less comfortable being out here. That's as far as we're going to go. We cannot go in through that doorway either. Okay. Wish you had a greenhouse? Yeah, greenhouses are cool. I definitely like them. Generally, you need to build them of really sturdy quality, or they become problematic to maintain, though, right? Because if you get like a really major hailstorm or even a really powerful windstorm or whatever, if your greenhouse isn't strong enough, because some people make greenhouses out of like using plastic instead of glass, right? Because plastic is the same idea. It keeps the heat trapped inside while allowing the sun's rays to come through. But plastic also weakens through the effects of the sun. And we already read that before. So there's that. There's also the case where you even use, say, glass, but glass can break if the hail is damaging enough, right? So, well, I'm not seeing like a shovel or a pickaxe or anything along those lines that otherwise might be used for digging something up. So I feel like maybe we will get that somewhere else. I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm going to double check that side room. Or not side room, but like the pantry area. To see if... Oh, there's this also. I forgot to do this. That's right. The cellar door is locked. I need a key to open it. Probably end up getting the key with the bird clock or something along those lines, I would guess. Didn't know people made them out of plastic. I mean, traditionally it's always glass, but in more modern times, some people have done plastic. And like I said, it works. It doesn't. I don't think it's. I don't. If I remember right, it does not work as well as glass, but it's something. So it gives you some kind of a greenhouse. But again, the plastic, especially that kind of plastic, in comparison to anything else, very quickly weakens as it gets bleached by the sun. And plus, the temperature shifts from cold to hot, weakens very quickly. Again, in comparison to other things, so it becomes tattered and really not very good. So those are less successful endeavors for greenhouses. I would not recommend doing plastic, but I know that some people have done that. But I mean, yeah, like I said, they're just even without having done it myself, I can already understand inherent flaws in that plan. So we need a key for the cellar. We need a shovel to dig up that grave, possibly. We need another hand for the downstairs clock. We may or may not need something to rotate the face of the clock upstairs. And we need materials for the dark room to be able to open this envelope. I could just try the dark room and see. I don't know. Resume. Hello? Okay. I was like, hello, I'm saying resume. I was going to see, I couldn't remember. This game doesn't have a save game feature, but it does, I think, kind of automatically remember where you left off. Like when you say go to the main menu or quit or something, as long as you don't like force stop the application in your operating system or something, like in a Macintosh or a PC or whatever, if you don't force quit the application, it will save. You say, yes, I want to exit, then I believe it saves it and then exits the game. So it does save, I guess is my point, but it's not something you manually control. And you also don't see like a little indicator over here in the corner or something saying, I'm saving the game. It doesn't work like that. Can we put this back in? Probably not, right? Yes. Maybe we can, though. Let's see. This light bulb may be of some use yet. So no, in other words, if I try to put it back, he says no. Okay. So that's cyanide. We'll take that as well, because I need that as part of that formula that was described in that ingredient list or whatever over here on this side of the room. An instrument. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the instrument he doesn't know. So this is the note about chemicals, right? Let me think. So pour on the plate about 1 ounce of vitriol spirit solution, only then adding 5 or 6 drops of cyanide acid. Then thoroughly washed in water. So we want to make sure we have a water source first. Either in our inventory or from inside the room. I imagine there's this is probably fine for water, right? Yep. Okay. So the tag on the envelope advises against opening it under a white light. Right, so I need these somehow. Or something to make red. So this doesn't even the lantern, as dim as it is, doesn't work. So I need something like glue or something I can apply to these. Okay, let's see. This is an office, but I don't remember seeing anything like glue in here, but we can look again just in case. Shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Yep, okay. I don't think this has the occasional extra book for an Easter egg or whatever, like we had back in the library back in London. I'm not seeing anything around the edges of that. Okay. And that's the other again. Still gonna be the same thing. not shift over anymore, so nothing in that corner or beyond it. Yeah, no. What is that still just that same bookshelf? I feel like that is, right? Yeah, okay. I can't imagine that's what we do, but I just had a thought. Let me try something that I think doesn't probably work. Does not probably work, but I'm going to try it anyway just to see. So with the side, so what you do, according to the instructions, is you put your plate, right? So this is the late 1800s, right? So this is probably like daguerreotype type stuff, right? Like you had metal plates where there were chemicals burned onto them, and then you would use those to develop on an actual printed paper for your pictures, for your photographs. So according to the instructions in the dark room, you put the plate, like you'd put the plate down in the sink. Well, first of all, you make sure that it's not under white light, right? You put the plate down in the sink. Then you pour vitriol, which is a kind of an acid. It's a milder acid, but it is still acid, so it will still dissolve stuff. Pour vitriol on the plate. Then you put 5 or 6 drops of cyanide on that. I'll look at it before we do it to make sure I get the right amount, but this is something like an ounce of this or something. And then you do like 5 or 6 drops of cyanide on top of it. And then once that happens and you get a little brief reaction to that, then you wash the whole thing off with water. And that will burn away the things that are supposed to be burned away and give you the image or whatever you're supposed to see. That's the idea. So if we do it right, and that's the key, of course, if we do it right, but if we do it right, then that, I believe, is the result we should get. So I'm going to try, like I said, something I don't think is going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. Because, I mean, trying stuff, see if it works, right? So, there was mud here, right? Strangely enough, doesn't seem to be water in the well. What if I soak that in mud? No, okay. Soak that in dirt. No, okay. So that was what I was gonna try, potentially, is see if I could get some mud from this. Oh, what is this? Is that still the? Oh, that's still the grave. If it was still muddy, I was gonna try to coat this with mud. Then it wouldn't be white light, but that doesn't work clearly. Oh, but there also is the deer carcass. We could maybe soak this with blood. It's gross, but I mean, could be a thing, maybe. Now the bulb is grossly covered in blood. Yuck. But there you go. So it wasn't mud, it was the blood. That works for me, though. Yeah, exactly. You try different things and then you get... The mud failure did remind me about the deer carcass. And then I was like, oh, maybe blood. Gross, but maybe, still. Let's put this up in here now. There we go. Okay, let's read the instructions one more time. Okay, not this page. This talks about failure or success. It says, okay, pouring the plate on the plate about 1 ounce of vitriol spirit, and only then adding 5 or 6 drops of cyanide acid. Then thoroughly wash it. So we do 1 ounce of vitriol, 5 or 6 drops of cyanide, and then wash it. Oh. Let's read the ways it can go wrong, just to make sure we don't do any of that stuff. Okay, cause of failure, required chapter by itself. 9 out of every 10 failures occur from a want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence, One cannot be over nice, careful, or clean, or too clean, I think is what it's... Anyway, the best results always rewarding the most painstaking action. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formula, quickly flow clean water over the plaque and start again. Okay, so 1 ounce, one more time, 1 ounce of vitriol, 5 or 6 drops of cyanide, and then thoroughly washed in water. All right. Okay. 1 ounce of vitriol. Will cause a strong acidic reaction. 5 or 6 drops of cyanide. If applied liquids of correct order, all that remains is to rinse the plate. An image is appearing on the plate. It's a photograph of Anthony and Alexandra. I'll wait to talk until... Uh-oh. That seems problematic at best. Okay. I was going to say Anthony was the friend that we had in episode 1 who by the end of the, or like in the episode we learned had committed suicide. So Anthony was our friend from when we were in boarding school. So that's what kind of started us on this whole journey, by the way. We had left boarding school and were going on with our adult life and thought everything was fine. We get to learn about Anthony, and it led us down this rabbit hole where now we're involved with this cultish stuff. Gee, thanks, Anthony, or Anthony's sister, whichever it was. Some friend you turned out to be, jerk. Anyway. Maybe I show that to Alexander. Maybe that will refresh his memory or something. Spark some kind of movement from him. Maybe. Still don't know what to do with that. Yeah. I mean, we don't know what to do with it, so probably not, right? Okay, we still have the vitriol and cyanide, which is interesting because normally things disappear, in this game at least, things disappear from your inventory when you don't need them anymore. So I wonder if we're going to get another plate or something like that we'll have to then use, like develop again as well. Let's try showing this to Alexandra. Alexandra, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. It is you and our old friend Anthony. And there is someone else blurred in the background. Who is the third figure? Does he mean something to you? The bird awaits. The bird awaits. The bird awaits. Okay. Piece of clockwork, a hand. So he's going to keep repeating that. Clearly we've kind of stirred something in him, but what exactly is unclear. Like, I mean, how, not what, but how far along he's come. Like, broken out of his catatosis, right? Oh, right. I need to forget. I have to do this way. And there. There we go. I put the clock hand in its place. I only need to set the clock to the correct time. And it was 6:15. Hang on. It was... Where's the note about that? In Alexander's room, I think. Over here, right? No, not there. Here. No, that's his writings about that. Where was that note? Oh, it's in the study. On the end, that's where it was. Not Alexander, it was the study. That didn't startle you? It startled me in the sense of I didn't expect it to happen, because obviously I started talking and then it happened. So, but I mean, I play enough horror games. It wasn't really a major jump scare for me, but I mean, we've talked about this before. I feel like over the years, watching enough horror movies and reading enough horror books and then playing enough horror games, like I've kind of become to a degree desensitized by that stuff. I'm not saying it's a good thing, and I'm also not saying like I never get scared. I'm just saying that often when there's a jump scare, I'm like, meh. No, that's not it. Okay, where was it? There we go. Cuckoo clock mechanism is modified to give the strokes exactly 6:15. Okay. Also says there's a special device to coordinate all the clocks. I wonder if that's the strange device in here that we don't know how to use. Maybe. I mean, clearly there are things that startle me. I'm sure anybody who's seen it remembers Among the Sleep. But I'm just saying that most of the time I'm okay. But when it does startle me, I like it. I like it a lot because it reminds me of that adrenaline, or that gives me that adrenaline rush that I really appreciate. Why I started getting in horror in the first place. Let's see. 6:15. No. No. No, no, stop. Gosh dang it. Oh, that's what I have to do. I need the hour one to back it up. That's fine. 6:15 now. Oh, I see. It's just left side or whatever. I see. That did not work. It was 6:15, right? Maybe I have to turn the other one? The other one's sideways, but if I go 6:15, it might still work. Let's see. So this is currently 9:30. Nah, I gotta turn it. It's not letting me manipulate it unless I turn it, apparently. I don't know how I turn that. Well, the downstairs one has a quarter after 6, which I believe is what it said, right? Just refresh my memory. If it did not say 6:15, let me know. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. In the afternoon, but I mean, it's only a face clock, so it's only got 12 hours on there, right? So it shouldn't matter. Afternoon or morning, they'd be the same time on the clock, right? Face clocks don't have 24 hours. Well, most face clocks don't have 24 hours. I actually think they have made some that have 24 hours, but you think what else? Yeah, I mean, that's 6:15. That does not do anything right now. So we need something else. It's looking like we need to rotate that other clock and then get it to 6:15 as well. Really not sure how we're going to rotate. Should I add the vitriol to the teacup? Maybe the cyanide? Let's poison people. Let's poison people. It's so much fun. Let's see in here again if there's anything else. So it's talking about the tragedy and that Alexandre Dupre has gotten ill. Turned all the clock statues and stuff away. Clockmaker just left, done such a good job. Not going to notice changing the clocks he had so insistently requested. Time will not be a problem anymore. That's the same, right? Pantry, yeah. So that's cool. This is that additional later page in the diary explains the change that the clockmaker's receipt in the upstairs office discusses as well. Some old bottles. Still don't have a key, so we cannot get in the cellar. We don't have a shovel, so we cannot dig up the grave. And we need something to rotate. Boy, I don't know. Okay, let's see what I may, if anything, let's see if I've missed something in. Oh wait, hang on, what is this? What was the bar on the door though? It's not a shovel or anything. And he just comments on it. Don't think I missed anything in here, but let's have another look. The light only extends so far also. So I can only really search in the area where the light is. So if I go too far away from light, then I have to get closer before I can analyze it. Like over here are angels. That might be enough to examine them actually, but his head is missing. Sure, we're not using any of these things on it, but I'm going to try anyway. This is with the mold. Blend these, right? Yeah. Okay. Glancing with a sad gesture. This doesn't make sense. The angels, possibly. Like if you held up, maybe you could see something in the background. You compare it with this and go, oh, that's the angel or something, but maybe not. Good day, Monmouth. So we are in episode 4, in case you had not remembered from last time. We finished episode 3, so we're in 4 now. Done a decent amount of wandering. So I can't remember if you've played this before. Have you played this before? Because if so, I can just kind of rattle off what we've done so far so you know. And if you've not played this, then I'll go not terribly more, but a little bit more in depth. Yeah, you've played it? Okay. Yeah, so we're to the point where let's see. Obviously we have a lantern. We go in here where the angel statues are, and there's some of the glass and stuff there in the greenhouse, okay? Out here is now the carcass of the deer. So we took. You're still awake. So we took the light bulb and put it in the blood. So we had the red light in the dark room upstairs. In the dark room, we applied the envelope that we had found, plus the vitriol and the cyanide. So we got this plate. We showed that to Alexandra. And Alexandra started battling about the bird is awake or whatever. Dropped a hand of one of the clocks. So we've done that. We've turned that to 6:15 because that's in the receipt from the clockmaker in the study at the very end of the upstairs, in the office study, whatever exactly it is. There's a receipt from him, and he mentions the time 6:15. So we've put the hand on the downstairs clock in the room right here and turned that to 6:15. Back here, we of course already did the stuff with the well. That's I think that's where we got the envelope that had this daguerreotype or whatever in it. Don't yet have a tool like a shovel or something to dig in here. Nor have I found a tool or whatever yet to be able to... Oh, out in the countryside. Very nice. I hope you have fun there. For us in the United States, because not tomorrow, Monday is the 4th of July, our Independence Day. So we have that day off. So I have a 3-day weekend. So I'm enjoying that. I'm hoping to get a fair amount accomplished on Monday, catch up on some videos that I've gotten a little bit behind on. And I don't mean the larger catching up, but just like where there were some days since I returned from visiting my father where I did not get any videos. I'm hoping to get a lot of work done between tomorrow and Monday. So anyway, so we don't have a shovel or anything to dig this up. Don't yet have some kind of tool. Oh, sorry. Don't yet have a key to get in the cellar. Don't yet have some kind of a tool to rotate that upstairs clock. So at least 3 things there that we're missing. So trying to see what else there is that I've not examined or not thought to put together. I've already tried combining all of these things just to see. Doesn't work for any of them. So none of that. So this is on 6:15. When I flip the switch to have it do something, nothing happens. So I assume I need the upstairs clock at 6:15 as well. And possibly, don't know for sure, but there's that machine in the back end of the dark room that he says he has no idea how it works. I wonder if maybe that is hooked up to the clocks and will get them to all chime when they're all 6:15 or something. But I don't know, and we're not at that point yet, even if that is true. Even if that is what we want, so. Oh, you're saying this is nice. Okay. By the way, it's not what I am using right now. So I regularly, unless I need to, yeah, vlog also, Fofox. Yeah, that's actually tomorrow. I'm going to do my vlog. So thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I know it's been too long because I promised I was going to try to vlog more often, and I've not done that. So I need that. So I'll do that tomorrow. Anyway, it's funny that you mentioned Perth though, Monmouth, because I use a VPN. Not every time. Like if I try to log into my bank, if it recognizes a different location, it goes, whoa, that's suspicious. So for things like that, I'll turn VPN off temporarily. But generally speaking, I use a VPN. And so Perth is one of the VPN sites that I use sometimes when I choose a location to VPN in as. I've also done, I think both Sydney and Adelaide, I think. But I think yesterday I did Perth. What could I use to rotate that clock? Don't know. That's still facing away, but there's nothing we can do except look at that. So that's not gonna help us. I mean, when I decide I want to create my own satellite and get it into space, I don't want anybody knowing that I'm up to doing that because I don't want the government saying, well, you're going to have to pay these taxes and whatever, right? We previously had the light here working, but now it died, I guess. Light bulb has exploded, yeah. Because somebody was a big fat jerk face Magoo. Couple of rando spirits or whatever appeared right after we developed this and then disappeared after the light bulb shattered, so who knows what's going on with that. I'm assuming this is the only photo we're gonna be creating, right? If possible, we create more, but it feels like that might be it because we don't have another bulb, or we don't have a bulb right now, unless we get a bulb from somewhere else. Always possible, but unless that happens, we're not getting anything else lit up. Bust face, turn around. Yeah, those are interesting, but we can't do anything with them, so I don't know how that might help us. Let's see. This was the invoice. This was the letter. This is the picture. Photographic pictures. There's nothing else in here except that diary page, right? Yeah, see, this is talking about in the basement. The problem is we don't have a key in the basement to go down and look, so we need the key somewhere. He did put him in the greenhouse, he says. I mean, he said he might, but I mean, presumably he did, but that doesn't... I mean, we didn't notice any problems with them while we were there, except one of them was covered with mold. One was missing its head. And we can't get in the cellar right now, so that's... I'm doing the photo on this, like, with the idea of maybe doing a comparison, matching up pictures and seeing if there's something that looks similar, not actually putting the photo, of course, on the picture. See if I can use some tape and make it stay up there. He is now only talking about birds. The bird awaits, that's what he said. He is breathing heavily, seems to be lacking air. Let's give him cyanide. I feel like I don't want to do that. Number one, I don't know if you can do that anyway. But number two, I feel like that's something I probably don't want to do. Since we're getting close to the end of the game, right? This is the last episode. I feel like it's possible I could do something like kill him and then have like a bad ending or whatever. I don't want to... I guess kind of what I mean is if he were to die... obviously morally wrong, etc., etc. But if he were to die, then that could change the ending. Whereas it's possible if that maybe he somehow helps me at the very end on a certain ending path, and if I don't kill him, then that happens. But if I kill him, then I don't have that same ending possibility. I don't know if that's true, but it's possible because we're getting toward the end of the game. So it's starting to feel like that could be definitely a possibility, and I don't really want to remove that option, potentially. So, don't know how I rotate the picture. How do I do that? Here, there's the curtain, but nothing ever with the curtain. Bird awaits. That's kind of, we have this whole, at least, I think even before then, right? Like, I think in episode 2, we started getting hints at that, at least somewhat. But in episode 3, for sure, we started getting this whole, the bird is like this kind of, I guess I would think, like maybe a demonic presence or something that's being worshipped by a cult. Yeah. Okay. See you in a minute, faux fox. For a second, I read B&B, like a bed and breakfast. I was like, what? Oh, BRB. It's like, wait, that's incorrect. I'm pretty sure that's not what she types. No. No. I already tried. I mean, I didn't do the lamp, I don't think, but I tried vitriol on that and cyanide on that just for reasons. No, nothing on any of those. But all that is, one of the teacups is full and still warm, but I can't grab it, so not sure if or how that would end up applying. I'm trying to think. Don't really think there's, for the bottles. Probably not put these in the bottle, right? Nothing else there. Okay. So I don't think we're not going to finish this tonight, I'm pretty sure, right? But so we'll do this again next Saturday, and we've started continuing Distraint on Fridays. Whichever of those two, Distraint and this, end next, we're going to have to start going into some of the more, maybe some of the games that you don't enjoy quite as much, Monmouth. Like Remothered, Broken Porcelain, or Under Depths of Fear. There is, I'm not saying it was like your favorite game or whatever, but I think you thought it was at least interesting, the Maid of Sker, right? So I am going to play that. So maybe I'll do that next. I mean, it's one of the games I have to play anyway, and it's a longer one. So, yeah, sorry. I have been trying, not avoiding them specifically, but I've been trying to kind of, not butt those up against each other quite as much. Golden oldies. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know if there's a whole lot I can do unless I just don't continue those, right? So, I mean, at this point, I don't have I have some still. I do have some still, but not all that many. That was the idea I had. I don't know that it'll do anything, but maybe use these acids, the cyanide or the vitriol, on the carcass. Maybe. Oh, what was this again? Oh, old ruins. Yeah, but that doesn't mean. Yeah, I don't think that does anything. Vitriol? No. Cyanide? No. No. I don't think there's anything else to do with that. Yeah. Yeah, the quarry. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I know I don't need to, technically, but I feel kind of like I probably should finish until dawn before I do any other super massive games. I mean, I don't have to, but the biggest problem is that the problem with those kinds of games is, right, they save your progress as you go, which I understand. They're trying to make sure once you made a decision, that's your decision, right? Which is fine. I have no problem with that. The problem I run into, though, is that I had recorded that like back a few years ago, I had recorded the next part of Until Dawn I was going to do, and something went wonky with my recording, and I literally had no soundtrack for the game. Like I had my audio for my microphone. Yeah, Save the Teens from Death. That's right. I had my mic audio, so like my commentary and stuff was going, but the game literally there was no sound, and because it's the type of thing where you wander around like any other game, right? My sound, I can't just grab sound from somebody else's video or something and paste it in. It won't match up. Footprints will be going in the background when I'm not walking, weird stuff like that, right? It just doesn't work. So I did start working on it, and I have made a bit of progress, but I get so burned out trying to go, okay, and add a sound effect, and add a sound effect, and add a sound effect, and like so many times it burned me out, right? I don't want to restart because I don't. I mean, I could, I definitely could, but I just feel like I don't want to restart because I want my game to be my game. I like this is what I did the first time I played it, right? I don't want to have to like redo. Plus, there are the QTEs, and if I'm sloppy on QTEs, characters could die. That's fine, but if they're the QTEs that I've succeeded on already, I don't want to redo them and then get somebody killed because I redid it or what. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever, I'll figure it out. But I do need to finish that up. It's only one part, and it's only like a 20-minute segment, I think. So I just need to finish it. I got burned out on it, and then I just never went back to it to finish it. I just need to go back to it and finish it. Finish fixing it up. Well, so what I do, right, is I basically took I found, like, for example, the point in the game where the sound went wonky was when, is it Mike shows up for the first time at the, like, abandoned sanitarium or whatever? Just put an intermission sign. da, 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 da. And then we just suddenly skip, and people are like, wait, what happened? Did you get anybody killed? I don't understand what happened. Yeah. Anyway, so like when Mike shows up at the abandoned sanitarium or whatever, while he's wandering around outside and stuff, you can hear things like there's sounds, right? There are wolves baying in the background. You can hear as he walks on snow versus the ground and so on. So those types of things I have. Like, I could just get somebody else's recording while they're outside because there wasn't really anything that happened outside, for example. So I could just get people, other people's recordings from that part. Doesn't spoil anything because I've already played through that section of the game. So I can get other people's recordings from their playthroughs, and I get their sound, and then I just paste it in. It just, it's a bit of an involved process. I'd honestly, I know I don't need to, but at least for you maybe, but I personally would feel better if I have my original recording unchanged, but fixed by adding sound effects back in so that everything is exactly what it was when I played it, and I have the sound effects back in, and then I proceed. So I'd feel better if I did it that way. Yeah, I make a cup of tea. I'm just like, I'll be back. Yeah. Is there something out here that I failed to examine? Lights are on, someone must be home. I kind of feel like he shouldn't say someone must be home since we already know somebody's home. We've already run into Alexander, for example. And then back to the running. Back in the running. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, Fox. Yeah, so because my bathroom had flooded. Did I tell you about that moment? I did, right? So I had used the bathroom like Thursday, I think it was, and I flushed my toilet, right? But the handle got stuck. I didn't realize it though. So I flushed and then I stepped into the shower. So the water in the shower is going. I don't hear any kind of running water or anything from the toilet. So I have no idea what's going on. And then I turn the water to the shower off, and then I hear this running water, and I'm like, "What?" And I open the curtain, and there's like an inch, like 3/4 of an inch of water all across the whole bathroom floor. So I spent like 45 minutes to an hour because I don't have a wet dry vac or something I could use to just suck it up. So I just use towels and like wring them out in the sink, get more from the towel, wring it out in the sink the old school way, really, really old school way. Anyway, in the course of all that, some of the water had gone past the kick plate that goes from the bathroom to the carpet of the hall. And so some of the water came out in the hall. So now I cleaned most of that up, but that carpet and the carpet mat under is still dry. I have my box fan from years ago broke like a couple of years ago or 3 years ago or something like that, 4 years ago, whatever it was, stopped working. So I have another one on order from Amazon. It's going to show up Tuesday because of the holiday. So I'll get that, and then I'm going to turn that on and work on drying that whole carpet out. But in the meantime, I've been putting like towels down and soaking up as much as I can from it. Anyway, so whenever I go to the bathroom now, I have to like walk on the carpet that's dry, step over the wet carpet and onto the now dry bathroom floor. It's a big thing. Anyway, let me think. Yeah, I was looking around here, see if there's anything I missed out here. I don't think so, but it is always possible. This goes to the backyard that's now open. This, he talks about the sky. May have taken all day, but I finally made it to Alexandra's house, and just in time. Soon it will be pitch black. Yeah. Okay, got this. Wait, what? But it was an hourglass. Oh. Don't know why you thought I wanted hourglass. Whatever. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. It's just like, show me an hourglass, I click it, you walk over here, and then you take it away from me. Okay. For reasons. Odd glitch, probably a super edge case, like never happens. I just happened to get it. You have a carpet dryer? Well, but I mean, that's fine. But like I said, I mean, now, right, it's going to be Sunday and then Monday, and then my box fan will arrive Tuesday. So it's not the end of the world. It's not like anything is the apartment building I live underneath the carpet is basically concrete. So it's not like there's gonna be stone and rot and stuff that's gonna happen in the carpet, right? It's just gonna be water on the stone that has all any water that was on the stone that would have gone anywhere has already run down and like into the downstairs apartment to whom the neighbor to whom I already apologized, of course. Anyway, but so any water would have already gone down, any water that was gonna escape. So all the rest of the stuff is just sticking in the carpet. Carpet's not gonna rot in like 3 days or something. So I'll just dry it. It's not the end of the world. It's not obviously great, but it's fine. I appreciate it though, Fox, but don't worry about it. I'll be fine. I am getting it dried. I just didn't have I didn't have a convenient or efficient way of doing it right now, but that's okay. You've got enough on your plate anyway, trying to figure out if you're going to move or if you are for sure going to move, where you're going to move. I mean, you got enough. You don't need my stuff on your plate too. I do appreciate the help. And if I really needed the help, I would accept it. So it's not that or anything. It's just, no, I'm pretty sure I've got it managed. I've had wet carpet before, about maybe a decade or so earlier. The AC went crazy. My apartment got backed up, and then so the water for the AC unit went all over the carpet, a different part of my carpet, and that ended up drying out just fine. So it's not the end of the world. I can't do anything with this paint though, right? Like I can't use either of these acids on it. This is silly, doesn't make any sense, and I'm using the lantern to look, so that doesn't make sense either. I think I'd already tried this using the acid on the moldy angels, right? No? Yeah. And there's also the headless. I'm pretty sure I tried them on that too. I think it is either of those. The sad gesture. That just describes. It doesn't offer me anything to do. There's nothing in the back. I can't go back any farther. There's nothing around here I can see, right? To examine. That's missing head. Yeah. We apparently don't bother examining this angel figure that clearly is right here. It's all silhouetted and everything. Apparently, the other angels are noteworthy. This one apparently is not. If it's that dark, it makes me think it's burnt or something even, but maybe that's not important enough, I guess. There's this bar. I doubt we do anything with that, but I could always try, I suppose. That would be. I don't know. I don't know why I keep doing the photo. The photo and the lantern. Neither one of those really make any sense at all. But you know, just trying to figure stuff out to try. Is there really a point to? Ah, there we go. Although this liquid is highly corrosive, the hatch lock is in very good condition as to be destroyed. In other words, the hatch lock is garbage and so probably would easily be destroyed. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay, is in too good condition as to be destroyed. So in other words, it won't be destroyed. I need a key, but I don't know. That's the same thing, okay. It's not the bushes on the side, it's still the cellar door. Crying. Please, I don't for a moment buy that you're upset about it. Can't imagine this will do anything, right? Neither of these. Yeah. Burn it down, no. I already tried these, right? Whoops. Can't do the grave. That's the grave also? Yeah. Hmm. Well, we did try something new. I just couldn't successfully burn through. We don't want to apparently want to put either of those in bottles. Let's see. Already tried the poison slash acid for the tea. That doesn't do anything. Don't use them on the pictures. That's just ridiculous. But we'll do it anyway, just to say we could, just to be able to say we've done it. Okay. It's not there. sure. No. Positive that neither of those do anything. Wouldn't think so, but I'm gonna try this just in case. No, and no. And no. Okay. Surely it's not poisoning him, right? Man, I hope it's not. Okay, good. I really didn't want to, but I was like, it's something I haven't tried, so. Okay. Nothing new there. Use this, either of these on the statues, right? Yeah. That would be a negatory. And there's no point in using these in this chest. Oh, maybe? Even though the liquid was very crystal, the lock of this chest is very thick and is in excellent condition. Oh. It thought I was going to try to dissolve the chest or something, I guess. Interesting. I don't think there wasn't a lock in the study here, was there? Yeah, none of those. I think I've already done all these, but let me just kind of little bit by little bit go through the shelves in case there's something I've missed. So far, nothing new. It's all the same. Okay, sorry about that. But there were, in episode 3, there were bookshelves where there had been, now they were Easter eggs, granted, but there were bookshelves where there were kind of hidden books here and there that you couldn't find unless you did very thorough examination. So just in case that was not an Easter egg, but something needed here, I wanted to be very thorough. So sorry about that. I also didn't talk much during it because I don't know there's much to say. I'm clicking a bunch. There's clicking is happening. It's a lot of clicking. It's not really super stellar commentary that I could offer for that. Okay, so we have receipt, letter, portrait, or whatever, picture, painting, statuette. None of these interact with anything we've got in our inventory. None of them give us additional clues. Now been through the whole bookcase, nothing. So right now, I'm not saying there won't be, but right now there's nothing else in the study for us, from what I can tell. Nothing in that part of the hall. There's this, but this is just looking inside. And then I guess if we try vitriol, he says you can't dissolve the lock, but... And then the painting. Boy. I don't think there's anything... I've already tried, I think, with this tripod, but let's try these different things just in case. Yeah, no, okay. Pictures hanging from a cord look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. Yeah, that's nothing new, and I don't think there's anything we could do with any of those. Pretty sure I've already tried some of this, but now the photo makes no sense. Sink now has a dark stain on its surface. Excuse me. Okay. This liquid should be applied on the plate, yeah. That isn't gonna help at all. And none of the stuff works on this. Or the lamp, for that matter, actually. Let's do that. Just hit 2 with 1 stone, but I'm pretty sure it's none of these. I think I'm like 99% sure I've already tried these, but I figured just to be thorough, make sure I have, not just assume. No comparison with the painting to see if it matches with the photo. Not that that even ever was something on the table. It's probably not something that ever would have been done anyway. Oops. Yeah. This is, he doesn't know what to do with that. Yep, I don't know. Okay, nothing in here as far as I can tell either. Maybe later. For now, nothing. Already tried all the stuff on the different photos and everything here. Don't think there's anything else that I've missed. That's a statue that turned around. Yeah, I don't see anything else. No. that's when he dropped the handle before, but nothing new. Seems like there's nothing in this room either. So you got... Okay, hang on. I'm just going to make sure it says 6:15. Like, I'm 99% sure, but I want to make completely certain instead of just making an assumption. If I'm wrong, I need to change the time for something else to happen. Okay, here. Okay, and then the cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively 6:15 in the afternoon. In addition, a special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. Yep. So, by the way, I don't think they had this kind of technology back in the late 19th century. Where like one lever on one clock would sync all the other clocks. How much cabling and how many wires and stuff do you have to string up everywhere and into all the cracks and nooks of the house just to get that rigged up? I really don't think that was a thing in the late 19th century, but whatever. Okay, so we got 6:15. I do this, nothing happens. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's cool to imagine that something like that could happen. Especially if you look at it, this isn't that, but if you look at like a steampunk setting, that kind of thing could be a thing, right? Because in that type of world, you have those possibilities, but it's not a thing. So the lock is too good on the cellar door to dissolve with acid. And only vitriol gives that message. Cyanide just says X, so we can't use that at all. If that's true, we either for sure need a key or we need to find something to increase the strength of the vitriol. But I cannot combine cyanide with the vitriol. Either here or upstairs in the dark room, because it says I need another plate to do it. So obviously I don't have that now. And like back here in the pantry, I cannot, well, pantry area, I cannot grab these old bottles. So I can't put like a container and blend them or something. That's also not a thing. Just make sure that I don't have weird trickiness going on here where there's one small spot that will give me something different. I don't think so. I really don't, but then we're too low to even have it register. Yeah, so that's not a thing. If I come all the way over here, these don't suddenly allow me to examine them more closely, right? Yeah, no, these are nothing. Okay. Put the photo in the bottle. And then have it be like a message in a bottle. Like floating away on the ocean or something. Movie stories when you're expected to bend plausibility. Then again and again, and And then them guys, come on, back to some reality. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's that's exactly it. We've talked about this before in other games, I think, as well, and you know this obviously, but just in case anybody later watches this isn't aware of this principle, there's a principle called willing suspension of disbelief. That is, your brain will naturally, when it hears something that it perceives to be not possible, like some kind of untruth or something, your brain would normally dismiss that out of hand and say, no, that's not going to be a thing, right? So if I'm talking about something that happened in real life and it's something that sounds ridiculous, then people would say, that didn't happen, whatever. But in the case of a story, the reader or the audience in general, so it's a film or a game that's more the audience anyway, the audience in general is expected to temporarily keep themselves back from dismissing everything that is said in the story so that they can follow along. So if that were true, what would be the outcome going forward? How would that affect things? And what would you do in that situation if you had that as your reality and now you're trying to grapple with these plot twists or whatever? So there's a certain degree of that is fine. It's understood. It's like an unwritten agreement that the audience enjoying a creator's work will temporarily suspend reality for the rules within that creative work. But you can go too far with that, where now everything keeps changing. So you say, well, in this work, in this story, these are the rules. But then you keep changing the rules. At a certain point, the readers should be like, or the audience should be like, you know what, it's ridiculous. I mean, even what you say is true is not true. It just doesn't work anymore, right? So plausible motives are real at the end, and you think, that's cool. The motive is clear. Yeah. Just fill in the gaps for us. Yeah. And sometimes that even could actually be reality, right? Like if you look at Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's works, right? Sherlock Holmes stories, the whole point of that was he was a detective using the newly discovered, like not every time it was new, but like the wonders of science to investigate and come to his conclusions about who had done what, when, and how, right? All of that kind of solving the mystery. That was kind of a similar principle. It wasn't that the things he was postulating were impossible, but people were less familiar with that. So they had to accept, well, within the confines of science, though, this is how it would be. So that might not have seemed plausible to them even in that case, even though it was actual fact, it was reality. People unfamiliar with it, it might have seemed implausible. They still had to temporarily suspend their disbelief until they got things explained to them or whatever. Motive was, I want to be famous. Now you've fallen into my trap and I can partner with the other person. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly. It's a lot of people think that they can write stories, and I'm not faulting them for wanting to try, but a lot of people think they can write stories. They don't understand. It's a whole art craft. It really is difficult to script for a game or a movie or a television show or a play, or to write for a novel or poetry or short story or whatever it might be. Prose, right? It's really difficult to script things in such a way that you don't make, especially for something like a mystery, you don't make things obvious so that everybody figures it out and then they're bored while they're waiting for the character to catch up. But also make sure that the characters are for sure, or the clues are for sure in place so that people will see those and go, oh, now that makes sense. Or whatever, right? Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a skill that you have to develop over time. Yeah, precisely. Yep. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm not finding any new items or areas to examine, and I don't seem to have any items. I thought about, for example, by that greenhouse where we had pulled the bar off of it and then gone inside earlier in this episode, right? I thought, well, I can grab the bar, maybe, bring it over here and try to pry this open. But I can't get the bar. I also thought about the bar before trying to grab it as a potential mechanism for rotating that clock upstairs, but that also didn't. The clock upstairs right now, I cannot manipulate. It won't let me. I suppose I probably have to rotate it back to its standard orientation with 12 o'clock, with 12 at the top, before I can do anything with it. But if you go here, so right now it's 9:30, so it's definitely not the 6:15 we want. But all I can do is examine this. I can't actually do any kind of manipulation. I can examine this and I can exit. Those are my options right now. So until I can presumably rotate this is what I need. Assuming I can, that's what I need, then until I'm able to rotate this to the proper orientation, I'm not going to be able to do anything with this. Now, if I rotate this, if the hands stay where they are and I rotate the clock, that'll be 6:15, right? 6:15. So I may just need to rotate this and nothing more, but I don't know how to rotate this, and that's the problem. Because I know this needs to happen. I just don't know how I make it happen. This is directly outside to the left of the door, left facing here. There is, I already went through this, but let me make sure there's not like some small little something or other on the back side here that I need to grab, right? That will rotate the clock? Or is there? No, and this is going to be too high up now. Even something like a magnet, if the clock has enough metal in it, could suffice, and I could use that on the wall or something. Although it'd have to be an awfully strong magnet. And there'd have to be a lot of metal in the clock. But still, even that I could say, okay, but I don't see anything here I can do on this side or inside there. What else? I can't grab this to use that. There's literally nothing else I can use to rotate the clock then, I guess, right? I can't grab the tripod. I can only look at it, so we can't use that. I don't want to look at that. I meant to click to go farther over here. So I'm looking to see if there's maybe like a note or something on here, but it doesn't look like it. In case the instrument itself was one object to examine, and then maybe there's a paper or something on top of it to examine as well, but it doesn't look like it. Wait, I thought there's that. I thought nothing down here. Maybe it was this icon didn't go away before I had come down here, and so I thought it was farther down than it was. Oh, the image is back in the frame. What does that mean? That's different than what was said previously. Previously said it was a rat-faced, or they were wearing rat masks. Not that the image was back in the frame. I'm not sure I know what to do with that information. Oh, I think I know what he's referring to. When we finished getting this photo, and then the bulb shattered, right before the bulb shattered, these two were out here, like right by me, like haunting me kind of a thing. And then they went back in the frame. I see. It's just that red glass, yeah. It kind of looks like a pipe or something here along the bottom, but I guess not. nothing back in here. Yeah, those are the pictures that we really can't make out very well. That's the tripod. Okay. Nothing by the fireplace, right? Like a firebrand or something? No. Don't think there's anything in there we want. There has to be, I don't know, a button or something? Or else there has to be an object we can use to enable the rotation. Or a lever we pull or something. Or a lever. Lever, if you say that in Australia. I don't know if you say it that way. Lever. Maybe you say it more like that. Yeah, there's a lever we could pull. My Australian accent's terrible, by the way. I realize that. I don't pretend to have the greatest accents, so it's fine. Only talk to him. We can't pull a piece off his wheelchair that'll make him fall, but at least we can rotate the clock. Okay, that's unfortunate. Really wanted to pull something off his wheelchair. No. No. Not a big fan of that. It's bothering me. There's got to be something you could do, but I can't figure it out, and that's annoying. Let me think. So this is this whole clock, right? I'm sure that's the clock again. Yeah. Okay. That's pulling that. That's exit. This manipulates the hands, which I don't want to do. I could manipulate this to 9:30, but I feel like that's not what I want to do. And that. Nothing happened. I'm pretty sure it's the other. Let's go back to 6:15. Recently dead. I've already done all this on the deer, so why not? Do it here as well. No. I know I'm repeating things. I'm just trying to... Okay, so that's all that is. Same thing over and over again. Sad gesture. Oh, is the angel gonna cry? Boy. There is something I am missing. What is it? Go inside. Do that. None of this stuff on there. Sky? No, no comparison. But all this is an examination now. Nothing to actually do in the well. That's digging also, yeah. Why is way over here digging? It's weird, but okay. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think we're going to end there for now. I'm just running in circles at this point. Not making any progress, just trying the same thing over and over again. So I guess I'm going to have a little bit of a think of it over the week and then hopefully figure out what needs to happen. Is this seriously? Why is... Very strange. I've been streaming for a little over 2.5 hours, and yet the counter here is saying only a little over an hour. Very strange. Well, either way, I record my streams as well, so minimum I can always just upload it for sure and have all of it, even if for some reason it failed on the stream. But I don't think so. Just being weird. Anyway, all right, let's get it for tonight. I really wish I would have gotten further, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world, just, you know, whatever. Thanks for joining me, guys. Appreciate it. Monmouth, Fofox, anybody else who watched this after the fact. Like I said, I'll be breaking this up also into pieces. Start uploading that now as well, since I finished Simulacrum. So I'll get that up soon. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy.
Oh, that's so sad.